Welcome, foolish mortals, to Main Street Station, a walk through the Disney parks. And it's that special time of year again, Halloween, a time where all of the ghosts and ghoulies come out to socialize. This is Nick Barbera, your Disney DJ here at WMVL Radio The Pulse, and today on Main Street Station we're going to take a little detour on the rails to somewhere very sinister, and that is the dark side of the Disney parks. We are going to start off with the Haunted Mansion, because what better way to start off with? Am I right? Those grim grinning ghosts do enjoy to socialize, after all. The dancing ghosts in the ballroom, and that song, that catchy song that has become the theme of the Haunted Mansion, Grim Grinning Ghosts. Via Club 33, which is what we talked about last week, which is an exclusive area in Disneyland in California in New Orleans Square, where it is a very exclusive club. Not that kind of club, so don't give your hopes up. Without further ado, sit back, rest in peace, and enjoy the Halloween edition of Main Street Station. This is my failed attempt at an evil laugh. Pens and pencils. I'm calling him Pens Pencils. I'm calling him Pens Pencils, man. There is a special ghost in the Haunted Mansion, and he is the Hatbox Ghost. That character used to be in the ride on the first day, which was August 9th, 1969, when the Haunted Mansion opened its creaky doors to the public. And this figure would have like this evil grinning face. He'd be hunched over, one gnarled hand holding a cane, and in the other hand it was a hatbox. And with each beat of the bride's heart, his head would disappear from his body and reappear in the hatbox. So it was a rather ghastly yet at the same time goofy effect. Now, the problem was, because it was the late 60s, the Imagineers just couldn't figure out how to make it believable. And it wasn't until this year, Disneyland's 60th Diamond Anniversary, that the Imagineers, with the wonderful technology that we have advanced with, finally put Old Hattie back into the attic of the Haunted Mansion. As you can imagine, with every fantasy, there has to be an element of fear. This has been proven in many of the original Grimm's fairy tales, and also the original Disney movies. I mean, when you really get right down to it, sometimes they can be very scary. And I think the best example of that is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The Wicked Witch. Oh man, I still get chills every time I see a picture of her, like her big eyes and her evil cackle and whatnot. Years later, they make a theme park and they make a ride about Snow White. And it was called Snow White's Adventures. So, what I'm going to play for you right now is a little excerpt piece from the Q line of Snow White's Scary Adventures, in which you spy upon the dungeon of the Wicked Witch herself. Funny story time. When I was 2 years old, I saw Snow White for the first time. The only thing that I remembered from that was when the witch said, like, "She'll be buried alive!" And then she, like, had her eyes like that and gave me nightmares. There used to be a ride themed to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which was based on the 1954 Walt Disney film featuring James Mason and Kirk Douglas, which in turn was inspired by the Jules Verne novel of the same name. Now, what could be so scary about that, you might ask me? Well, I'll tell you. Try being attacked by a giant squid at the last third of the ride. Yeah. Pure terror. We're going to play the organ that you would hear in the ride vehicle itself. 5:25. Wow, did we get, like... Oh my god, wait. Okay, we're not halfway through. Alright, that makes me feel better. And we're going to move on with our Oh So Spooky special by going to Tomorrowland, because, this is... Okay, I was looking forward to this. The Extraterrestrial Alien Encounter. This new company called XS Tech has perfected, at least to an extent, their teleportation technology to whisk travelers across the galaxy to their favorite destinations in space. Now, as you can imagine, when you sit down in the seats, something goes horribly wrong, and they teleport an alien to the chairs, and chaos reigns supreme. It wasn't like a cute little alien. It wasn't like anything like that. it was like a carnivorous beast. And it went from its teleportation tube and messed with the people in the chairs. Lilo and Stitch was the biggest craze, so it seemed appropriate to replace that scary alien with the cute, lovable, mischievous Stitch. And what we have there today is Stitch's Great Escape, which is okay, again, okay for the kids, but, I think that what really made the alien encounter unique was how scary it was. And this is a little bit of Alien Encounter. We hope you enjoy. And then I'll play Skeleton Dance. 5:31. I'm making great progress here. Any texts? Nope. Here's another funny story time. I was in Disney World with my uncle, my father, and my cousin. And we decided to go. I decided to drag him on Stitch's Great Escape because I wanted to get a sense of what it was rather than what it is. What I think is especially weird about the attraction is that, like, it's at the end, and they're like, "Oh my God, Stitch has escaped! Let's see where he's going!" And it's like he's landing on a planet called Earth, and he's landing in Florida. Florida? What's Florida? Well, I don't know. I mean, if you made your own intergalactic office on this place called Earth, you would probably already know what the heck Earth is. So, big design flaw. Pure terror. You're listening to Main Street Station, or at this point, I should say, Main Spook Station. Yeah, I'll work on that. Louis, you there? Louis, I saw you at the window. Uh-oh. Very spooky of Louis to show up here outside the window and not be here now. You guys will do. Come in. This is Connor. And this is Brian.
We're visiting.
Yeah. What are you guys looking forward to on Halloween the most?
All
right, so
mine's not child appropriate.
Yours is not child appropriate.
It's not safe for work. It's watching movies. I have been slacking on all the movies that I should be watching.
Yeah.
I've been watching some of the movies. Hopefully just having fun.
That's great, yeah.
Make sure everyone's safe.
Mm-hmm. One of the most popular Disney attractions in all of the Disney parks is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. We'll start off with When the Sun Sets Down South by Sidney Bechet. And the second one will be We'll Meet Again by Vera Lynn.
Main Spook Central.
Main Spook Central, yeah. Station, but yeah.
Main Spook. Main Spook Central. That's what we're calling a show now.
Main Spook Central?
Yes.
Cool. Alright, cool. Turning into
Ghouls! I'm running this show now.
You're running the show?
Yeah.
Well, then here you go.
Oh my God! You shouldn't have.
But I did. Every time I hear this song, I always think of, like, the last time I was in Disney World. I was with my friend Belle, her dad, and my dad. I was going on the Tower of Terror. That was her first time on there, and she loved it. But the creepy part, it wasn't the drop, it wasn't any of that because I knew that stuff. It was actually because they were playing this song when we were exiting. So it was like the tower itself was like, goodbye. The Colbert Report? Yeah.
Yeah, because
Not the recent one.
No.
But yes, I did.
So his last episode, so sad because, like, he starts singing the song.
Oh, he does.
And basically almost every single standout guest that he's had on the show comes out to sing. You've got, like, Cookie Monster, Big Bird, the creator of the Segway.
Oh my God.
I think
the creator.
What's his name? Jon Stewart was there, obviously.
Jon Stewart. Oh yeah.
You know, they're friends.
Jon Stewart's great.
But every single person they started singing this song, I almost teared up, and I'm just like, this is a fake news show about a man who's playing a full Republican, but I'm getting sad.
Yeah. The last thing that I am going to play here is a particular theme from Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom attraction. dinosaur. Now, again, on hindsight, it doesn't really sound that scary, but it actually is when you get right down to it. I mean, you're being chased by a carnivorous dinosaur. Again, like, how could you not get scary with that?
Pure terror.
I'm your Disney DJ, Nick Barbera, and I hope you enjoy this little journey back in time.
Remember back when Dinosaur first came out, the most I remember about the film was seeing a preview for it before my Toy Story 2 DVD.
Yeah.
And these little hand puppets I got from McDonald's. That's the only.
Yeah, that's right.
all I
McDonald's
remember.
did have that.
And I also had like these little action figure things because as a 5 or 6 year old, dinosaurs are rad. You gotta have toys of dinosaurs.
I loved dinosaurs. I still do. I think they're
Dinosaurs are
cool.
great.
They're awesome.
But I remember seeing clips.
Even Barney.
Awkward.
I never got to ride the dinosaur ride until I was... Oh god, I want to say until I was maybe 15. That's how much of a pansy I was. And, I mean, I love it, but that's why the reason why I played it on here was because, yeah, I mean, it is scary. Like, you're being chased by a Carnotaurus, for God's sake. I mean, this is Biggie. The only way it could have been worse is, again, if he was chased by Barney. Then it would have been terrifying.
Absolutely horrifying.
Oh yeah, you don't even know. And that just about does it for our spooky, scary edition of Main Street Station, or as we have been calling it, Main Spook Station. And so, I bid you all a fair adieu, and I hope that you have a very happy and safe Halloween this year. And there's a little matter I forgot to mention. Beware of hitchhiking ghosts.